Hi, it's Joanne, your lunch date mate, and it is a late lunch, but I am eating some stir-fried rice that I made. I've actually been trying a couple different recipes for stir-fried rice, and this one came out a little differently than I expected, but we've got that. And then I tried my hand at making hot and sour soup, which came out pretty good. And today I made miso soup. Can you see that all right? Kind of. I'm getting a glare. Some miso soup. Next I'm going to try egg drop soup. We'll see how that goes. But in any case, glad you could join me. Let's dig in. I am going to attempt eating with chopsticks first. So in my stir-fried rice, I put in some cauliflower. I forgot the carrots. Got a little bit of celery in here for some texture. Let's see what else. Oh, I put some white onions and squash in here. It's pretty good. Usually I do a sauce that's a mixture of sriracha, mustard, and honey. And this time I did, it's ginger, garlic, what else? Rice wine vinegar and some Bragg's, some soy sauce. So it tastes a little different. It's not nearly as spicy, but it's still pretty good. And I totally had to watch a video about it, but I put egg in here. And the video taught me how to, The video taught me how to make the eggs so that it comes out kind of chunky in the stir fry. So what I do is I put the vegetables in, and then I'll put the rice in, get the rice warmed up, because usually I will have made like a huge batch of rice a couple days before and I have like all this rice left over. I personally like jasmine rice or basmati rice, but sometimes I've used farro too, which is pretty tasty. And then what I do, once it starts getting really warm, and like for instance, once the cauliflower and the squash is pretty well cooked, I usually do use a wok. And what I'll do is, once things are pretty well cooked, I'll make like a little well in the center, and I'll have mixed up, like beat the eggs and pour the eggs into that well. And then I'll put the cover on it and I'll let it cook a little bit. And then I'll kind of like scoop within the well to kind of like turn the eggs over so it cooks on the other side too. And then after a little bit, I'll mix it like all together, so there is no well anymore. And so far that has worked out really, really well for me. So if you are trying to make stir-fried rice and you really want to trick it out, that's my secret tip. I'm passing on to you. That was a big piece of ginger. I really tasted that one. Ooh. Ginger really brings the heat, man. I totally just spilled. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Oh my gosh. Let me grab a napkin. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Crisis averted. Oh, I am also having a little drink. Cheers, if you are drinking too. Cheers to you. And I want to try this miso. So I used red miso paste. Oh no, brown miso paste, I'm sorry. And some seaweed and green onion. It's pretty good. I think because I used the brown miso paste, it's a little bit darker than maybe what you see at a restaurant. I took out some of the seaweed. I left a couple chunks in there just because I got lazy. Didn't want to try taking out more. This seaweed that I used is actually a different type of seaweed than the snacking seaweed that you maybe see in like individual snack packs at the grocery store. It's still supposed to be really good for you. So I'm being super healthy. You know, one of my other favorite, like, kind of typical Chinese food dishes that I like to order is the pork mushu, and it comes like in those tortillas, I guess you could call them. You know, I think, look at this. I must have put these in the washer. Look, can you tell that that's bent? It's making it increasingly difficult to use those. So I'm totally going to fork it up. That's happening. Hungry girls gotta eat. I don't know if you can see it right there. That's an almond. I put some slivered almonds in there. I put that in right at the very end. Just to give it a little nuttiness and a little crunch. So they're not like soggy nuts. Who likes soggy nuts? I'm using like the largest spoon ever. It's a very big spoon for such a small bowl. This is good though. You know, actually, this is, if you want to be very authentic, this is how you would probably drink your soup. Look, Ma, no spoons. Anyway, what's your favorite Chinese food? Do you have a favorite? I know some people really like Kung Pao because it's got a little bit of spice to it. You might have heard me mention on past videos that I have a little bit of a delicate palate, and so sometimes a lot of spice scares me off. So I haven't had that much Kung Pao, but I definitely have had too much wasabi with my sushi before. I remember once I was in Hawaii and I went to this, it was a pretty nice place. I went to this nice restaurant and I ordered some sushi. It was a sushi restaurant and I was sitting at the sushi bar, and when they give you the tray that has like the pickled ginger and a little cup for your soy sauce and a little mound of wasabi on it, I remember the guy handed it to me and he's like, and here's a little bit of guacamole for you. And I'm thinking to myself, that's not guacamole. And I just wonder how many people don't know, and then they like eat a mouthful of it, and you know, their nose is running, their eyes are tearing up, you know, you see the steam coming out their eyes. Like, I wonder if that ever happens to them. I don't know. It'd be interesting. So I can tell you I overcooked some of the celery. It's a little bit mushy. But the other veggies came out great, so. Sometimes I'll put bean sprouts or peas or edamame in there. You know what else I like is pho. A lot of people call it pho, which I totally did until last year. So, you know, if you are uneducated, you might call it pho, but it's actually pho. Anyway, especially if I'm feeling under the weather, having some pho and just the warming from the inside out and some good meat does a body good. Wasn't that an ad campaign for like milk? Like back in the day, like maybe in the 80s? I'll have to Google it. Stir fry is so easy. And fried rice is super easy. You don't really need anything but rice. I mean, any leftovers you have, really. You don't need the eggs, you don't need the celery. Clearly you don't need the carrots since I didn't put them in there. I do think that I like the sauce a little bit better that has the mustard in it instead of this ginger garlic mixture. Maybe it's just because that's what I'm used to. The miso soup turned out really well. You want a sip? Pour it on the camera. That's not good. Not a good look. No. We're gonna stop doing that. I feel healthier already. You know, another one of my favorite Asian dishes is a Korean bulgogi. It's very thin pieces of beef that's been marinated in like soy sauce, garlic, green onions, and then very quickly cooked and served with rice. A lot of times they'll serve it with like a head of lettuce, like a half head of lettuce, and you're supposed to use the lettuce leaves as kind of like a tortilla. If you think about making tacos, you take a piece of lettuce, you put in a little bit of the rice, and then you put in some of the meat, and then you eat it like that. Wrap it up, eat it. It's interesting how similar cultures that are very far from each other, typically, how similar eating habits can be. All right, scooping up the last little bits here. Clearly that bite does not want to be eaten. It literally jumped off the fork. You saw it, right? Whatever. Got a hole in my lip. Oh man. Guess I'm doing laundry later. Well. Let's see. So I do have one last piece. This is the exciting part, not the wine. This last piece is the exciting part. Although the wine is very good. What am I drinking today? I'm drinking a Apothic. Very tasty. But I have a fortune cookie. Let's see what the fortune says. Okay. Your respect for others will be your ticket to success in bed. No lucky numbers on this one, so I guess I'm not playing the lottery. Anyway. Average fortune, fabulous cookie. Well, thanks for joining me. Let me know what your favorite type of like Asian food, Chinese food is. And if there's something in particular you'd like to see me eat, make a comment in the section below. And thanks for watching. I'm Joanne, your lunch date mate. Bye.